Welcome to physics class. I am Rohini Chogle. In previous classes, we discussed about the digital electronics. That is paper 1, unit 5, digital electronics. So we finished that chapter and special materials. For that chapter, I will give you the notes. Don't worry. So in this class, I want to discuss about the integral transform. That is paper 2, unit 1. Integral transform contains Fourier transform and Laplace transform. So in this class I want to discuss about the Fourier transform. So before going to Fourier transform, we will discuss about some basic definitions. In that first one is periodic function. So what do you mean by the periodic function? See here. Periodic function. A function f of x is said to be periodic function if there exists a real number t. See, consider the f of x is the function. Okay, this function said to be a periodic function when if there exists a real number t, means f of x is a function. If there exists a real number t, then this function is known as the periodic function. Clear? Okay, so f of x plus t, that is equals to f of x for all x. This is the definition of periodic function. Means what? A function f of x is said to be a periodic if there exists a real number t, means f of x plus t, where capital T is the real number. So this f of x plus t is known as periodic function, where the number t is known as period of f of x. Therefore, we have f of x, that is equals to what? F of x plus t, that is equals to f of x plus 2t, that is equals to f of x plus 3t. Okay, so on up to that is equals to f of x plus n pi. Okay, so this is the periodic function with real number t, isn't it? Now let us take the example. Consider the example number 1. See here, consider sin x. Sin x equal to sin x plus 2 pi, that is equals to sin x plus 4 pi, so on up to that is equal to sin, the next term is x plus 2n pi. Here sin x is a periodic function. This is a periodic function f of x with the period what? See here, f of x is a periodic function with the period time t. So f of x plus t is known as periodic function. Here also sin x is a periodic function with the period of 2 pi. So sin x plus 2 pi is a periodic function with the period of 2 pi. Isn't it? Now second definition is what? Fourier series. All of you familiar with the Fourier series. In your mathematics paper, you learnt about the Fourier series. So what do you mean by the Fourier series? See here, series is different and transform is different. For your syllabus, Fourier transform is there. Before going to Fourier transform, I want to discuss about the Fourier series. So what do you mean by the Fourier series? A series of the form L interval f of x, that is equals to a0 by 2 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x divided by L plus bn sin n pi x divided by L into dx. Okay, see here. In this expression, an, a0, an, bn are there. These are the constant. So the value of a0, an and bn are what? Where a0 equals to 1 by L integration of f of x into dx. Okay, then an equals to 1 by L integration of f of x cos n pi x by L into dx, and bn is what? Bn, that is equals to 1 by L integration of f of x sin n pi x by L into dx. This is what? About the L interval I am discussing here. L interval, isn't it? So see here, we discussed about the two definition. One is the periodic function, another one is the Fourier series. So f of x is a function when it is said to be periodic if there exists a real number t. So the Fourier series f of x equal to a0 by 2 plus summation n equals to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x by L plus bn sin n pi x by L into dx. This is the expression for Fourier series where a0, an, bn values we know. Okay, now I want to discuss about the Fourier transform, the definition of the Fourier transform. Okay, Fourier transform. This question may ask for 2 marks for in your examination. Define Fourier transform. So what do you mean by the Fourier transform? See here. If f of x is periodic function, already I discussed about the periodic function of x, the Fourier integral of f of x may be expressed as, see here, the f of x that is equals to 1 by 2 pi integration of minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to I omega t d omega integration from minus infinity to plus infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt. This is what? Periodic function of x, the Fourier integral. This f of x is the Fourier integral. This may be expressed as, means this expression, this equation may be expressed as, so this may be expressed as, this may be expressed as, see here, f of x that is equals to 1 by root 2 pi integration of minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to I omega t g of omega d omega. Consider this as expression number 1. So how I wrote this expression? See here. Already we know, consider this is a rough. See here, consider rough. Already we know f of x that is equals to 1 by 2 pi integration of minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to I omega t d omega integration from minus infinity to infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt. We know this expression means this only. Okay. Now, see here. F of x, this f of x, this can be written as, say 1 by 2 pi is there. 1 by 2 pi can be written as 1 by root 2 pi into 1 by root 2 pi. That is nothing but 1 by 2. See here. 1 by 2, that is what? 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2. So that is means 1 by root 2 square. That means 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 pi can be written as 1 by root 2 pi into 1 by root 2 pi. Okay. Now this term as it is, minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to I omega t d omega integration from minus infinity to infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt. Okay. Now see here. F of x that is equals to 1 by root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e raised to I omega t g of omega d omega. This only I wrote here. So isn't it how this will come? Next, see here, where g of omega that is equals to 1 by root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt. So this g of omega, here I wrote g of omega here. So this g of omega is what? 1 by root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt. See here, this is the Fourier integral 1 by 2 pi integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to I omega t d omega integration from minus infinity to infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt. So this can be expressed as 1 by root 2 pi minus infinity to infinity e raised to I omega t g of omega d omega. How this will come? See here, 1 by 2 pi can be written as 1 by root 2 pi into 1 by root 2 pi. Next, this term as it is, okay, e raised to I omega t d omega e raised to minus I omega t into dt. Now 1 by root 2 pi, 1 by root 2 pi is there. So take only 1 by root 2 pi and this term and consider this whole term as g of omega d omega. That is only g of omega d omega. So this g of omega d omega is nothing but 1 by root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt. Now the function g of omega, here the function g of omega is called the Fourier transform of f of t, and this f of t is called the inverse Fourier transform of g of omega. The integral of equation 2, this is equation 2, transforms the time function f of t into its equivalent frequency function g of omega, while equation integral 1 reverse the process. Okay, this is clear. This is about the definition of Fourier transform. Okay, so now we move towards the infinite Fourier sine and cosine transform. What? Infinite Fourier sine and cosine transforms. Fourier sine and cosine transform. This chapter is also known as mathematical physics. Mathematical physics integral transform, in that Fourier transform, isn't it? Now infinite Fourier sine and cosine transform. The Fourier transform of f of t is given by, already we know the definition of Fourier transform. The Fourier transform of f of t is given by, f of t is what? The Fourier transform of f of t is the definition g of omega that is equals to 1 by root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt. This is the definition of Fourier transform. Now this equation can be written as g of omega that is equals to 1 by root 2 pi, see here, integration from minus infinity to infinity means, see here, minus infinity to infinity means, take rough, see here, minus infinity to infinity means 0. So integral from minus infinity to 0, 0 to infinity, isn't it? So integral from minus infinity to 0 f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt plus remaining is 0 to infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt. Okay, now see here, g of omega that is equals to 1 by root 2 pi integration of 0 to infinity, minus infinity to 0 is there, so I change it to 0 to infinity, then that becomes f of minus t e raised to I omega t. Minus I omega t is there when it is minus infinity to 0. So when I convert it into 0 to infinity, e raised to I omega t will come into dt plus this term as it is 0 to infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t into dt. Okay, so here f of t is there. I replaced f of t to minus t in first integral. So replacing t to minus t in first integral. It is clear. Now see here, already we know the one condition, f of t that is equals to f of minus t. If the function f of t is even, already you know this integral function. Next, f of minus t is there, means a function f of t is odd. Okay, even function and odd function, all of you familiar with this. Now what will happen? G of omega that is equals to here 1 by root 2 pi. This 1 by root 2 pi integration of 0 to infinity. Okay, f of t when the function is even, f of minus t equal to f of t. So that is why f of minus t equal to f of t, that is e raised to I omega t is nothing but e raised to I omega t plus e raised to minus I omega t into dt for even function of f of t. For even function of f of t. See here, f of minus t equal to f of t is even. So minus t is f of t only. So this is e raised to I omega t plus e raised to minus I omega t dt is as it is for even function. Next, 1 by root 2 pi 0 to infinity f of t e raised to minus I omega t minus e raised to I omega t into dt. This is what? For odd function. For odd function of f of t. See here, don't confuse here. F of minus t, that means f of t is even. So when it is f of t is even, f of minus t becomes f of t. So remaining term is e raised to I omega t plus e raised to minus I omega t dt. That is for even function. For odd function, 1 by root 2 pi as it is, 0 to infinity. Okay sir, f of minus t that becomes f of t. Okay, odd means what? E raised to minus I omega t as it is. But this is minus, say f of minus t. Odd means minus f of minus t. So this e raised to I omega t that becomes minus e raised to I omega t. This is clear. Now using the formula, we know the formula e raised to I omega t plus e raised to minus I omega t divided by 2. That is what? Cos omega t. And also e raised to I omega t minus e raised to minus I omega t divided by 2i. Remember it. That is what? Sin omega into t. See here sin omega t is there. Sin e raised to I omega t minus e raised to minus I omega t 2i. But it is changed. Here sign is changed. So that's why take minus common here. Means what? E raised to I omega t minus e raised to minus I omega t divided by 2i, that is equals to sin omega t. See here, whenever I taking the minus sign here, e raised to I omega t, this is e raised to I omega t. Okay, so whenever I taking the minus, that becomes this only. Is here e raised to I omega t, that is the minus. So this is minus e raised to minus I omega t, that minus into minus plus. So that's why I rearrange the terms like this only. Okay, don't confuse it. Next, g of omega that is equals to, see this all in one term only, g of omega. g of omega 1 by root 2 pi, see here, 2 into integration from 0 to infinity f of x cos omega t dt. This is for even function f of t. Okay. Next, 1 by root 2 pi 2 by I integration from 0 to infinity f of t sin omega t dt, that is for odd function f of t. See here, 1 by root 2 pi, see here in this expression, 1 by root 2 pi as it is, f of t as it is, e raised to I omega t plus e raised to minus I omega t, that is nothing but 2 cos omega t. So that's why 2 cos omega t dt for even function. Next, 1 by root 2 pi is there. So 1 by root 2 pi e raised to minus I omega t minus e raised to I omega t is there. So this is this only. Okay, this means sin omega t, but minus sign is there means that becomes what? Minus 2i sin omega t is there. Okay, so minus 2i sin omega t is there. What I did here, I multiply and divide by I. Okay, so that becomes what will happen? See here, minus 2i is there. Multiply and divide by I means multiply I and divide by I. That means minus 2i square by I. So I square value is minus 1. So that is 2 by I. Isn't it? So directly I wrote here 2 by I f of t sin omega t into integrals are called the infinite Fourier cosine and sine transform. That is what? See here, gc of omega. C means cosine form. That is root 2 by pi. Root 2 by pi why? See here, rough. 2 by root 2 pi is there. So 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. This is what? Root 2 into root 5. This root 2 get cancelled. This is root 2 by pi. Getting? So root 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity f of t cos omega t. This is f of t cos omega t into dt. Next, similarly for sine function, gs of omega, that is equals to root 2 by pi. Already you know how it will come. Root 2 by pi, that is root 2 by pi into 0 to infinity f of t sin omega t. I is there here. I means what? Root of minus 1. So root of minus 1 is nothing but 1. So that is I becomes 1. This is what? Fourier sine and cosine transform. Okay. Now f of x. This is Fourier means what we discussed, infinite Fourier sine and cosine transform. This is infinite Fourier cosine transform. This is infinite Fourier sine transform. Now f of x equals to root 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity gc of omega cos omega x into d omega, and also this is only gc of omega, it will come here, f of x, that is equals to root 2 by pi 0 to infinity gc of omega gs of omega sin omega x into d omega. So these two equations are known as the inverse Fourier transform, isn't it? So up to this much is clear. So what I discussed in this class, first one is definitions. In that, what are the definitions? In periodic function, Fourier series. So f of x is a function which contains real number t, then that becomes periodic function. This is definition of Fourier transform, Fourier series. This is the Fourier transform, and these are the Fourier sine and cosine transform. Okay, this is the Fourier sine cosine transform. This is Fourier sine transform, and these two are the inverse transform. See here, go through this videos. If you have any doubt, please contact me. I will give you the notes in detail. Okay, this is only I solved the definitions and the integral transforms. If you have any doubt, please contact me. Thank you.